Many thanks for staying with us. We're still in West Africa, where Sierra Leone's defense spokesman, Colonel Issa Bangura, says the November 26 coup attempt was foiled at an early stage due to the gallantry and patriotism of the armed forces, particularly those loyal and nationalistic to the country. This patriotism was triggered by reinforcements from the presidential guards. Independent investigations further revealed that the Ordnance Division at the Murray Town Barracks, where a majority of the country's arsenals are located, was the ultimate target of the assailants after previous attacks at the armory at Wilberforce. The head of ECOWAS delegation, Dr. Omar Toure, on solidarity visits to President Amada Bio, proposed a standby force could be deployed, if need be, to Sierra Leone to ensure stability in the security of the country. Now I'm being joined on the news by Elvis Akpobi, Executive Director, Not Too Young to Lead Initiative. It's nice to have you talk to us, Elvis, on the news.
Good afternoon. Nice hearing from you today.
Now, this is the second time that we are seeing a coup attempt in Sierra Leone. What are the political implications of these kind of attempts, coup attempts as the case is now in the country?
It's quite unfortunate. It's becoming a culture among West African countries, let me put it that way, this coup attempt. And this alone, every rational thinking person will ask that why is this coup attempt? How come this coup attempt on the rise? Why the coup attempt and all that? We always complain about bad leadership. And if I want to bring it back to Nigeria, there are some the young people that are my primary constituents, and I've engaged with a lot of young people who might not be privileged to have experienced what the military administration or regime will look like. So we tell you that our democratic trial process is not working, our leaders are not working, the military will do better. So most of these coup attempts can be a reflection of bad leadership and a particular section of people thinking that we've tried democracy and it's not working. I think we should go back to our military role. And for me, it's not good. I've spoken with the country director at the Not Too Young to Lead Initiative, and he has been giving us back-to-back reports on how the country is at the moment. I remember that Sunday morning, I woke up to see a message from him that I should pray for his country. There have been hearing Patriotic and shootings, and in the evening I later called him and he told me that the particular set of persons, mostly in military uniforms, they've been shooting and they went to the prison and make sure they fed all the prisoners there. And from our conversation 2 days ago, he told me that, yesterday he told me that peace have come back to Sierra Leone and about 16 persons were casualties of this coup attempt. But every leader across Africa must start. The presidents of African countries should sit and ask themselves some questions. Why the coup attempt on the rise? Are the people you are leading, are they happy? What you promised them during electionary, during campaign, is it a reflection of what they have? I've not been privileged to be.
I'm sorry to cut. Let me just quickly ask you now, because you said that this could have been as a result of bad leadership, and of course you just said it now that are the people happy about the administration of Amada Bio? So of course you're a man on the ground and you probably would have had interactions here and there with the citizens. Are there complaints coming from Sierra Leoneans about how Bio has administered over the country? What are the issues that, as we see it, might be fueling the possibility of a military takeover? Elvis, I can't hear you. Okay, go ahead.
I'm about to tell you that the Not Too Young to Lead Initiative just concluded an international boot camp where we have about 7 young persons from Sierra Leone as delegates. We engage with people on what are the challenges you are having as young people in your country. And I engage with my team there too. What they keep telling me is what keeps recurring is lack of unemployment, lack of infrastructure. Do you know up to date? If you touch down the Sierra Leone, the airport in Sierra Leone, you will need a boat to get to the main town. You will need to take a ferry to the main town. For a country that should be developed, for a country that has a president, for a country that have natural resources aside the natural resources, which is basically the young people, the potential of young people. A lot of people are escaping Sierra Leone today, just like people are escaping Nigeria. So bad leadership, lack of good healthcare, unemployment is the focal point of their complaints. And for me, the president should start looking towards that.
Okay. Now, a curfew was likely lifted in the country, but there seems to be tension or tensions, as the case is, in the country. Now, at this point, what do you think that the ruling class or the administration should be focusing on at the moment in terms of ensuring that there is security and whatever palpable fear that people are experiencing in the country is doused?
For me, I've always said it, I've echoed it on every platform I find myself. If you want a peaceful society, you must be deliberate, you must invest in peace. Investing in peace means investing in your young citizens, investing in systems and policies that will engage young people. Because when young people are engaged, you find out that we will have a peaceful society. And we want to have a peaceful society, development will come in. So for me, I want to urge the president, while I want to urge every citizen to, subscribe to peace and that democracy is always better, I still want to urge the ruling class in Sierra Leone that it's time they started investing in peace. And investing in peace means investing in young people, growing the potential of young people, making policies that will make young people stay in Sierra Leone, develop Sierra Leone by themselves, and we'll get it right.
So I'm going to ask you, Elvis, for how long will it take for African leaders who are institutioned in a democratic setting to get it right in their respective countries? Because we've had 3 coups happen in West Africa this year alone. And that seems to be testing the patience of the people. And for those, just like you said, for those who may not have had a preview in terms of their personal experience with a military administration, will feel that a military administration is more accountable or will bring about the growth and development that they're hoping for, rather than what a democratic president will do while in power. So for how long do you think that African citizens will need to wait to begin to see the dividends of democracy, to begin to reap the dividends of democracy, when we have this set of leaders in power that in some quarters say perpetrate a lot of impunity with the resource they have at hand?
Okay, until citizens start seeing elections as transactions, until they start subscribing to people giving them money to buy votes, until they start putting their future first. By this I mean, during electioneering, vote people with good trademark, vote people who we know that will place your country first before their personal interest. Today you find out, lately because of what happened in Liberia, I don't really want to emphasize on young people, because a handful of young people have failed us. But this is not to say we don't have young people who have capacity, character, and competent, but young people this is not to say we don't have young people who will deliver, who can change the dynamics in Africa. We'll continue picking them out, we'll continue supporting them. But what I think African leaders should subscribe to is, let's put our best people forward. Let the best people make policies for the people, and not the blind leading the clueless. It's a problem in our continent today, and we must. And like I always said, nobody will come and change the narrative in Africa except Africans. And for me, it's going to be a collective effort. It's not going to be about ethnicity, religion, and all that. It will take a lot to know that incompetence dressed up as strategy is still incompetent and still totally unacceptable.
Well, Elvis Akpobi, Executive Director, Not Too Young to Lead Initiative, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.